And I've got my golden tiger's eye box. And then this one just says brown, but it has some, I think there was some tiger's eye in it as well. Nope, it's got some bone in it. I was thinking the bone might be fun to use with this. So you get some little bone beads here. So, but I do have some, there they are. I was going to say, I know I have some more tiger's eye here. So I got tiger iron and tiger's eye, some smoky quartz. So we'll just have to decide what we like best when we start this up. Hey, PK. Hi, Beth. Hi, Anita. Hey, Sparklies. It's Gina, right? Sparklies. So I had a weird moment this morning when I, oh dear, what was on the news this morning that was bad this time? Other than you guys live down near New Orleans, don't you? So you might be, or to pronounce it more properly, Nolans. Hey, Marianne, was it about that? Hey, Terry, was it about that fellow who drove into the crowd on New Year's Day? I heard somebody else passed away from that. Such a horrible thing. Hey, Linda. Frankly, I'm better today, though I had a bit of a moment because Sam is usually in my room when I leave to come out here and do this, and I turned around to ask her if she was staying in there, and then realized, no, she's never going to stay in there again. So, so that gave me a little bit of a turn this morning, but not as bad as I would have expected. So I'm settling a bit and accepting it. Don't like it, but accepting it. So as well as my tiger's eye, this is the one that's bugging me. See, I think I've been cleaning it out pretty good, but it keeps oozing some crud every once in a while. This is one of the places she grabbed me when she was in her seizure. So there's the worst one. Though I would have thought this one would have been the worst one because it was a through and through puncture going from this side to this side, but this is the one that's giving me problems. Though also this one up here is now, I think it's bruised though, so that might be why that's bothering me. So thank you, Dorothy. So better, but except for this one little cut. Part of this coloration here is my fault though, because I noticed it was getting some a bubble of looked like a bubble of infection in it, so I squeezed it out and I brought this blister up to the this blood up to the top. So part of that squish is my fault, and I did clean it out again this morning. So you know. So anyway, wow, we've got 14 people on already. How nice. They are a very huge part of our lives. I've got 3 more, but she was the most loving of the bunch that always wanted to be with you. Rory doesn't want to be with you at all. He wants you to leave him alone and let him sit on his corner of the couch, unless he decides to scream and wants you to talk to him. So, and Winter is my husband's. She doesn't want to have anything to do with anybody but him. So it is the way it is. Finn is mine though. He comes to me quite a bit, wants some attention. So that's always good. Yeah, Rory just wants to sing. So I think he's asleep right on the couch right now in his normal little spot. So Oh, yeah. I got a notice from the post office yesterday that they had started a lost package um, search for mine because it's still in the exact, according to the tracking, it's still in the exact same post office that it started at, where they put them to. Oh, well, my husband wants me to go to the doctor, so I may do so. So we'll see. Hi, Kimberly. Um, anyway, that's the goings on this morning. But anyway, what I was saying about my bargain bead box, I've got 3 of them coming. 2 of them are moving. The original one that has not come, that was supposed to be here last Monday, the 30th, is its tracking is still saying it's in, what is that, Tullahoma or Tullahusa or something like that, Tennessee, where they first start out at. And um, so I'm like, okay, so what is going on with it? So apparently they're searching for them, but so I did get a notice that they had started a missing package search for it. So hopefully they'll find it because that was the one with my companion bundle and my 3 patches of the pretty sparkly beads. I am Dorothy. I've been cleaning it with hydrogen peroxide every morning. Hey Julie, here at one of our locals. Good to have you in. Um, I have been cleaning it with hydrogen peroxide every morning, and then I've been putting some I had a Band-Aid with with some triple antibiotic cream on it, but I wanted to let it breathe a little bit today. And but I cleaned it out, and I obviously got it oozing again because it's well, it's nasty, so let's not talk about it anymore. So let's turn down, and we can see what we can figure out to make this feather. I did bring a whole bunch of silver spacers and things from out of my other packages, and I also brought some other colored beads. I brought some greens, a couple of greens, the light green peridot, and I brought a couple of oranges, some peach pearls, and some carnelian, just in case we wanted to throw those into the mix. Then the rest of this package is various silver spacers. So we have all kinds of silver spacers. I just have to decide how I want to use them. Though some of these are the same style. I can see 2 packages that are exactly the same. But better to have too many than not enough, right? So let's hey Mary. Um I'm not sure when I had my last tetanus shot. I may have to have one. That's a good idea, Anita. Um I'm sorry you're going to have to cut out early, Mary, but hey, I will. Thanks, Katie. Yes, my daughter looked at it too. She's a CNA. She said it didn't look pretty. I better um so yeah, she said it wasn't looking real pretty. So, but this one is giving me, hi Georgina, this one is giving me a little, weirdly enough, this one right here, which doesn't look too bad, it's really sore right here, but I think it might just be bruised. But I will, I will call the doctor later and talk to him, see what he says. I have a really good doctor and they're really good about getting us in as soon as they can. So And he's local, so it only takes me about 10 minutes to get over to his office. So, hey, Rosemary. So let's turn down. We'll start working on this on our feather here and see what we decide we want to do. So here we go, guys. Come on, let's flip. There we go. So, for anyone interested, the ladies that have a star beside their name have and call themselves the Rosettes. They are from my membership. You can join my membership. The link is in the description for this video, and it is $4.99 a month. You get the recorded videos. I say a day early, but that's not necessarily true because one I put up for members and then it didn't go out to the public for 3 days. So it just depends on how I decide to do it. And then I do a live on Thursday afternoons for the members, which is this afternoon. We'll be seeing folks this afternoon, hopefully. The ones can make it at 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, which of course that would be 2 for Central and 3 for the East Coast and noon for the West Coast. So anybody who wants to join us. So let's decide what we're going to do here. Oh, wow. Interesting. Hey, Miss Tacos. So, like I say, we have, this one is all golden tiger's eye in 6s, 8s. Okay, you look the same as, you look like an 8 too. Why are you separated? Interesting. But, and then I got some chunks. This one has, well, this is apple jasper here, but this is some tiger's eye here in these rectangles, and this is tiger iron over here. Grab one with all the iron in it. There we go. See the iron in this one? Though some of these look a little red to me. I'm like, those look like more like a jasper than a, see how red it is? That looks more like a jasper than a tiger iron to me. That one is almost all iron. But anyway, we got those. And then over in this box, I also have some tiger's eye. This one is faceted and then it's been electroplated, so it's got some weird sheen to it, which is sort of cool. The rest of the stuff in here is smoky quartz. So I'm not sure which of these we want to use. And then I also brought another case with just browns in it. We have, like I said, we have some, these are sort of a topazy brown, which works in with it. And then it has a few bone beads in here. I was thinking the bone might be cool because of the feather. It might add a little contrasty kind of stuff. This over here is, I think it's black agate from the looks of it. Oh, I got a label down here. Let's see if it tells me what it is. Come here, you. Black and brown agate. So this has got some browns. This says it's black and brown. Look at the browns in there. That would look good, go good with them. So time to start deciding what all I want to do. Like I said, I brought some peach pearls and some carnelian, as well as some jet glass. These are tiny ones, so if I put these in, will just be, well, it'll be a string of them probably. And then I've got some peridot rondelles. I think those have an AB on them from the looks of them. You know, I don't know if it's, I got those, they're in a case. Most of mine, it's been a couple years since I got those. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to just use the browns and the tiger's eye and the other browns? Do I want to drop in some other color, like these oranges, or would it be better to put some green in, or maybe both, just to give it a little more something? Of course, if we wanted to go blue, I still have the rest of the strand of the turquoise hishis too. So first thing, we need to get a bale for that. And I actually was sort of debating this because, where are they? I have them in this package. Oh, there's some little traps. Aren't those cute? There they are. These are those, what they sort of called a bead bale. So actually, it doesn't need a bell. It's got such a big slot. We'll just put it right onto the necklace piece. But we will use these, I think, for... Not sure I want those. I've got... Where'd I put them? There they are. I've got some other little feathers down here that I put on the side here. And I was thinking we could put those up within our beaded area a bit. And give them each a little bale, this one of these spacer bales to sit on. I'm trying to decide if I want to start right off the bat with another tiger's eye bead, or if I want to use one of the other colors of beads. This is a smoky quartz. I don't want that. It's too dark to start with. Sorry. Let's see what I think of these little tiger's eye if we decide to use these tiger eye. I do want something, you know, I'm going to definitely use a lot of tiger's eye in this, but I'm thinking I want something else to start it with, something a little lighter colored. Oh, well, these beads are stuck together. These didn't get cut all the way. These are some of my older beads, these little topaz bicones. Don't know. I'm being indecisive today. The other, I do have these 6mm carnelians here. Actually, these might be red agate rather than carnelian, but if I go with that to start with, which I might, because it's a slightly lighter color and it will. Somebody said they wanted me to bring the turquoise back down and use the turquoise and tiger's eye together, which we could, and we still even could pull in these oranges because they would go well with the turquoise. So then we would maybe go to tiger eye. Come here and don't spill. Come on out. No. Not sure how far I want to go up, though, because I'll be putting regular spacers in here, too, before I start putting in the little feathers. We don't want to go too high, but at the same time, we want to so could do that. Not sure if we're going to use those if we want the pearls, but I know I'm not going to put in the green because we're going to use the turquoise. We're not going to use the green. Put the pearls aside just in case we decide we want them later. Let's see. I do sort of like that. But if I do this little pattern here for these first two, do we want to switch it up when we get over here? Because we certainly could. We don't have to leave it the same going up to the next set of feathers. Put a few of the electroplated ones out here so I have them, and then I'll probably not, so they're not sitting in the way here. Same with these bones. I'll put a couple of bone ones out here. And I also have these topaz tubes that might be fun. One of the cats just took off running down the hallway. I'm not sure which one it was because normally that would have been Sammy, but obviously it's not Sammy. And so what did we have over here that I might want to use? Unless I want a couple of these big ones in here. Don't really think I'm going to use from this. Must be winter. I hear a bell jingling. Only Sammy and Winter had on bells because Finn will get rid of his collar so fast it's not funny. He has a real hatred for him. And Rory, good luck getting a collar on him unless you want to have yourself ripped to pieces. It's not happening. So since they don't go out of the house, I don't really worry about it too much. So there's what we could do for the first hanging down feather here. And like I said, we'll probably put some silver spacers between everything here as well. In fact, let's get some, I'm going to put some more of these 8s out, and then I'll put some of the smaller ones out as well, and then we can start devising our stringing here. I like my pieces to be out around me so that I can just grab stuff and not have to be pulling it back out of the case. But if we need to pull it back out of the case, it's right there. So there's all kinds of goodies here. Bye, Mary. Hi, Marika. I'm doing pretty good. Not as weepy today, obviously, though I do have this guy is becoming a problem. So my husband wants me to go to the doctor, and the ladies are advising I do the same. So we may do that. It looks worse this morning though, because I noticed it was getting some infection in there, so I squished it to open it back up, and I brought this blood blister up. I think I did that. I don't think it was there prior to my doing that, so that's my fault. But now we need some spacers out. Because we're going to be using those, the turquoise. Now, these are probably too big, but I will put them there anyway. I have another size. This is the size I was thinking of using with them. I also have some bead caps in case we decide we need those. And let's see. Do I have any other kind I want out? We have corrugated ball spacers and regular ball spacers in the bag here. Maybe we'll go with these though, because these sort of match our pieces we use there. And there are some like medium daisy spacers, which I also have some regular daisy spacers in here. There's some larger ones like these here. And I need my small daisy spacers. Hey, baby, come here, you. for between tiny things, we have small daisy spacers. So we'll just flip those up there. And I'm thinking we're going to, are these the same size? Nope, these are a little smaller. So I'm going to put Rory singing to us. So we're going to put these in between, on either side of the blue hishis. And then we'll have to see if I like it or not, but I'm just thinking maybe these, since they sort of match these. Maybe the little one would be better. I think the little one might be better. It matches a little better. So, well, we can leave these out. We might still use them. We'll just have to decide where we're going to put them. But these ones, what, baby? Match these little rope beads. So maybe right here to bring those together. So let's get some meeting wire out, and we'll start and see how we like that. And I think I'm going to use some butterscotch topaz. That's a nice pretty brown here. I guess it's butterscotch imperial topaz. Let's be specific here. Put a bead stopper on this end. I don't need it on this end. I just put it on this end because I don't like my beads to get too close to the spool, because then I'm not real, you really can't see what you've done. So we're gonna start by putting on this guy here, then which our little feather will hook onto. Now this is that electroplated tiger's eye here in the middle. You guys need to move up so I don't knock you off. These are the feathers we're going to hook to these bales. Now I'm wondering, is this going to be too high up here? I don't want it way far down, and I like my pattern, but I'm not. Maybe we just won't make the second one as far up as that on the other side. Or maybe we'll just put the 3 and not put the other 2 in there. You never can tell what I'm going to do. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to do. I had another one of my Beadbox Bargains orders say it was supposed to get here today. I don't think so because it is saying it's traveling to its next destination, but it hasn't hit the Billings distribution center. And usually, once it has to hit Billings, and then it goes from Billings to Missoula, and then up here. So even if it made it to Billings today, it wouldn't make it to. Well, it's obviously not here, and it's supposed to be here today. And then my third one, which is says it's supposed to be here on Saturday. So we'll see what happens, but I'm not holding my breath. I like it. What do you guys think? Think the feather down a little lower there? Oh. I watched the sneak peek last night. I like the rhodonite with the more pattern in it, so that was good. Um, so so I think we are gonna leave it like this. I like it, and the little feathers will be right here, hanging from these. If I were to shorten it up any, I would probably take the electroplated one out of the middle because I like a pattern and this makes a nice pattern from here to here. And hello, Winter. Be careful, sweetie. That was unexpected. Winter jumped up on the shelf where Sammy usually sits, and I had put some stuff up there because I last night and Winter jumped up. So I was like, oh, well, maybe I need to take that stuff back down if Winter's going to go up there now that Sammy's not with us anymore. But so now I'm thinking I need to start a different pattern here. And I sort of want it to be entirely different. So if we do that, I'm thinking let's see if we go with this guy and then one of these. Hmm. Little tiger's eye, maybe. Maybe that's too much tiger's eye right beside each other. So let's put a kishi here to add some more color, and then this bigger tiger's eye. That's better. There's our second pattern. And again, that might be too long for me to want to put in the other feather. Let's see how far up the strand that is. If it's like only like 5 well, it's only 5 inches. And we're probably going to make this at least 20 inches, so that would be another. So this would be where the other feather would go. So it's definitely going way uphill, but I think we're going to do it anyway, just to see how it works out. And then I'm going to go back to this pattern over here. And I might then just put in one of these bigger spacers and go back to this pattern, and that might just finish it off on this side. So we'll see what the length is once I get this patterning done here. Where's the little one? There it is. You ever put your beads down like this and then you're looking for something going, now where did I put that bead at? Where's it at? I do want to get these in here though, and I don't have these in here, but I don't want to take this one out to replace it because I really think this chunky one is cool. Well, we'll see what I think once we get this pattern done. I may just plop a secondary little pattern in the middle there just so I can get that little rectangular bead in there. I need some more of these out. Come on. So this is where we would put that. So we want, because we've got this spacer here with the yellow one, I don't want that particular type of spacer here. So I have how these bead caps work with a bone bead here. I think they're too flared. I don't like them. They're not big enough. Or they're too big, I should say. You guys go over there. You're not what I want. Maybe we'll put another little pattern here in the middle before we hear you. Before we go back to this pattern here, and just use this bone bead. then the and then we'll put this other pattern in. Though I don't know. I don't know that that fits in with the rest of them. It just, it's a cool pattern. I like it as far as the pattern is concerned, but I don't like it with the rest of the beads. It's not working, to me anyway. Hey, Cynthia. Oh, now that's a good idea. That might work really nicely. Hey, Janice. What happened to me? My kitty Sammy had a really severe seizure yesterday, and I was trying to help her, and she grabbed hold of me, and that's all the way around my arm. And unfortunately, she didn't make it. She passed away from that seizure. So that was very heartbreaking for my family. But maybe instead of the bone beads, we can use this, but I don't want, I really don't want it right beside the bicone, which is the same color. So maybe what we should do is put in a turquoise spacer here. Then this guy. Then we can start with this pattern. Yeah, I think that'll work. Brings the turquoise up here higher too. So that's always nice. So then if we now put this pattern back in place with the bicone, which I'm going to have to get some more out, it looks like. And that, dang, is that still too close? I don't know. I don't like that there. So maybe we'll just leave that one out. Put another the red agate there instead. And then we could bring this pattern back, except for instead of putting the electroplated one in, we could put this guy in. Maybe. We'll see how we go here. Because this is other than I put, this is the same here, and I put a big 8 millimeter instead of the 6. So let's see how long we've gotten here. We may not want to put this this big one right at the, because it might be right at the back of your neck, and I don't want it there. So let's see what we got here. Come here, baby. Yeah, that's 11. That'd be about 22. We wouldn't want it more than like another inch at the most. Marika suggested some suede leather. We could pull it off right here and switch it to the leather. Bye, Georgina. So now the question is, do we want to just add a little bit more right here? Or do we want to take some off and put some leather on? You know, I like this, so I'm thinking we're just going to just add a little bit more here, and I'm thinking this little bit right here. And so because we're right here, so we could do oops, that's one of the bale things. Don't want that. Need to get some more red agate out. Carnelian, which of these it is. I actually think it might be carnelian. So I think we're going to end it right there. And it's going to be about 24 inches, I think. A little bit longer, actually, but I think that's good. I like that. And so I'm going to put a bead stopper on this end over here. We're going to have to get some more beads out, obviously, because some of them I have sort of depleted. I'm going to leave it this much because I like extras. So we'll bring her down here. We're going to, oops, no falling down. Let's see, we didn't use these ones, so we'll put these back over here so they're not in our way here. You get back up here. We did use these. No, no. And we didn't use any cages. So now you guys can sit up here out of my way. Oh, I decided not to use these, and I didn't use the bones. I'm going to make something with bones one of these days soon. I haven't made anything with bones in a while, and I got to go find my other bones. I've got a whole bunch of them. So we want to unspool. I'll make sure we get enough here. That may be more than enough, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. So now we're right here. And we'll be putting on the bicone here. This one, small tiger eye. Spacer, turquoise, spacer, big tiger's eye. These are such lovely hunks. I should have put this one down lower because it's a real pretty one, but that one's more brown on the other side, so we want that. Going to need some more of these, and it looks like maybe some more of our turquoise pieces out. So now we're back to our feather piece. So we put this guy on here. And where did we go from there? Carnelian. One of these smaller spacers. You. Okay, we need some more of these. Oh, here's one. Turquoise. Might as well just dump them all out. I might use them all the way we're going. Though if I do run out, I do have some more. Need some more of the, oh, it's the electroplated we're after. This is a really thin piece. I want a slightly bigger piece, so let's get some more out. Come here, you. You're the piece I'm going to use. Though I am going to need more out. This one is not going to get used. This is the one that has the hole way over at the side, and see it sort of chunked out. Pity about that. Bing. Little guy. I want some of the more red of these. So, whoop. Well, I didn't mean to knock all of them out, but, you know. That one's awfully thin. So we may want to switch that out for a fatter one when we get some more out. I retied the knot on the bottom, so there's need to untie it so that I can get these out of here. Oh, we're over our hour. Well, let's put those aside here. I think I am going to change this skinny one out for a fatter one, though. So we're back over here, so we need one of the big ones. Right here, so then we're at the carnelian. Then one of the littles, bigger. Our big chunky tiger's eye piece. Oop, missed the string. Little one. Looks like I'm gonna need one more of those big spacer pieces. We are right here. Yep, one. We just need one of these guys. So I think we're done stringing. Comparing from side to side. That's good. So now the next step is to put all these out of my way, and we'll get our feathers and some tiny jump rings here. It's more than I need. Not sure these little guys are going to be big enough for these two openings. There are sort of fat openings, so both of the rings. So we may have to switch to a medium size. Well, maybe not. We'll see. And maybe so. See how freely that swings on there. Come here. Oh yeah, that's good. So there's number one feather on. So there's our 2 hanging feathers on this side. Now we need to put the 2 on the other side. Oops, opening is down towards the bottom. Have you ever done that? If you have the opening at the bottom and you do the twist, it really makes a mangle. But so I always try to watch for that. Come on, baby, go on there. Guess it would have helped if I'd had it in the right spot. Oop. Oh, come on, stop falling off. The other 2 behaved so well, and this one wants to be a little difficult, but I think it's all right. And lastly, there you are. So there we go. Hang down right. There's our feather necklace. I just have to crimp the back and put on some whatever I decide to do as far as the clasp is concerned. Haven't really decided yet. I have all kinds of clasps we can use. I may just put a magnetic clasp on. Actually, I was gonna make up on the members group. I was going to make the Botswana agate earrings that I mentioned the other day, and I'm going to make a wire hoop around them. So yeah, we're going to do a little wire work this afternoon. Now I missed a whole bunch of stuff while I was working on that, so I'm going to go backwards. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. And Beth, the spacers around the turquoise, yeah, I think I like a spacer around all my beads, to be truthful with you, unless I've got tiny ones that I'm making a little stack. But generally, I put a spacer between all my beads, and like right here, I put, where did I do it? Right here, I put 2 spacers in. I think sometimes a stack of spacers is just as fun as a stack of beads. Good thing we're not clock watching because I seem to always go over my hour. So, like I said, we're done now except for putting the clasp on. The little feathers are up a little higher than I actually wanted them to be, but they actually are all right, I think. I like them. I just need to, like I said, I just need to crimp this. It's a little heavy, so I may double crimp it. And I just used the crimps, so I know they're here. Those are gold. Don't want gold. I don't know why it is I can use something and then just put it right where I usually keep it, and then I can't find it. It's like, where is it? I know I just used it. And I'm pretty sure there were a few left in the baggie. Those are the black. I don't want black. Though black would be fine because it's going to be way up top and it's not like it's going to really show. But I want the silver. I guess I'll use the beetle on silver. Ouch. Banged my owie. Yeah, that's more than we need, but more is better than too little. Am I keeping it for myself? um, I probably will. My husband is wanting me to, and I obviously banged it, got it oozing again. So what we're going to do is we want to double crimp here. And since I am going to double crimp, this has too big of a hole. The crimp would fall right into it. So we definitely need to leave this bead here. And I put a crimp tube on. And I'm just trying to decide if I want to use a little turquoise right here, or I mean a tiger's eye, or one of the turquoise. Will the beading wire go back through? Yes. So we're going to use this little tiger's eye piece, I think. Go back through here. Then you come back over here, go through your first crimp. Come on, go through. It's going to give me more problems going through the crimp than it is going through the bead. May have to switch crimps. Huh. That's weird. Looks like it's got an extra thick wall. Now we go through the second crimp and then through some of the beads down here. Now I'm going to push this up to where I want it, which is about right here. We're going to get our magical crimpers out, push these beads down just a hair's breadth, get our crimp right in the middle of our divot, and squish, turn. Don't be difficult, behave. Okay. Now we'll push these up. Grab hold of this crimp with my pliers, push it all the way up and squish. And we'll turn. Now we'll push our wire up until we get it to wherever we want to cut it at. Right here is perfectly fine. Roll these babies over here. No, stay. Now, see, I got plenty of extra wire here. So, crimp tube, small tiger's eye, crimp tube. Now, we go back through this way still, like we did before, except for now we have one difference from crimping this side, from that side to this side. And that difference is that we have to get the wire where we want it to come out at. So we'll just push it through. I think we're just going to go all the way down to here. I think I pushed the wrong wire. In fact, I know I did. Okay, that's good enough. Now I'm going to pull this up so it's right beside here. Bring this wire down to about where we want it. Now we got to push this guy a little bit to either side so we can get our pliers in, and we're going to do our middle one first, and that's because if you tighten the top one up too soon and don't have this one crimped, you may leave yourself not enough space to crimp. So we gotta hold this here while we crimp this baby. Now, if you're using regular crimps with a crimp cover, remember your crimp cover is going to take up space too. So if you're double crimping like this and you want a crimp cover in here, you have to take a, beware of that. And I left a little bit more wire up there than I wanted to because see, I have a bigger loop up here now, but I can live with it. So there we go. Test it, looks good. We're gonna trim our wire off here. Come on, down to your spacer. And this side's done. Now all we need to do is decide on what kind of clasp I want to put on it. It's finished. So I think I probably am going to grab a magnetic clasp because they're pretty strong. Yes, we will be using square wire. You know, I love making necklaces, and I have kept some of my necklaces, but when it comes right down to brass tacks, I don't wear them that often. I always wear earrings, sometimes bracelets, but even if I wear a bracelet, it's usually a stretch bracelet. And so, I don't know. I've debated keeping a few of my necklaces I've made lately, but I really haven't done so. I end up putting them on the Etsy shop, and it's probably what will happen with this one. We'll see. I do have... that little thing's been oozing for a while. I've got little splotches on my mat. I do have... now I forgot what I was going to say. I have another one of these feathers. So if I want to make me something with it, or if I want to keep this one and then make a different one to sell, I can always do that. I've got that option. I would have swore I brought some of my magnetic clasps out of the room and into here where I had them. But I know I have some here. I just gotta dig them out. That's one of the little ones. These are really strong. So the little one would probably work. But I also have oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera. Come on, you guys. Is that my there they are. There's my antique silver. And since that's about what we've been using, that's what we're going to use again. One thing about pulling out your magnetic clasp, when one comes, you sometimes bring the buddies. And so if the one you want, come on, isn't there, sometimes you have the one you want later. Back in your tube. I don't want gold. Go away. So we're going to put this guy on here. And I could use medium ones, but the large ones decided to come out, so we'll use the large ones. The other end here. These magnetic clasps are strong enough that they'll grab your beading wire, because your beading wire has the still inside the middle of it. And they'll grab it. They'll grab it as well as your other metal pieces. And remember, you want to slide these sideways. Come on, slide to undo them. So there we go. She's all finished. I'm going to flip us up here. There we go. So here we go. She's all done. My hair out of it. Let's see how our little feathers hang. They're actually not that bad. That one is a little high, but see, it still looks pretty good. So I think it turned out really nicely. Glad you ladies think so too. I never did get the finished length. I think it's going to be about 25 inches though. You know, when I was younger, yeah, it's 25. I used to always wear just 18-inch necklaces, but then I usually wore necklines that were a little lower. And nowadays I prefer, if I'm going to wear a necklace, a long one like this. Because you can wear it with any shirt, you know. It's not so short that it's going to fall down inside your neckline so you don't see it. And it's not so, but it's not going all the way down to my navel. Thanks, Rosemary. Thanks, Marianne and all ladies. So anyway, it's almost one. We've only almost been on here for an hour and a half. Always seems I go over when we start. So As you can see, when you spread it, the feathers come down a little bit. And so when it goes around your neck, it'll be like so. So there we go. I think it turned out pretty nicely. Glad I pulled out all those extra beads because they really add to it. Anyway, I think so. I hope you think so. And whoever suggested the turquoise to me, that I pull the turquoise in, I don't remember who that was, but thank you. I think it made a big difference. I like it a lot. Thanks, Kimberly. So yeah, I think that turquoise really added something to it. So I'm glad that somebody suggested that to me. So this has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. We've been on for almost half hour, so I think it's time to go goodbye. Say goodbye, and I will see the members in a few hours. Let's see, what time is it? It's probably a little after. Less than 4 hours before I see you guys. So we'll see the members this afternoon, and we're going to make some Botswana agate earrings with some wire wrap on those, and I think we'll have a good time. I hope everybody has a good afternoon if I don't see you later. And we got one more day of morning coffee talk, which is tomorrow morning. And then we hand it back over to Randy come Monday. And I think she's going to start big with a live one of her live sales, if I recall right. So I hope to see everybody tomorrow, if not members this afternoon. Bye-bye. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we have been taking on Randy Brown from Thunder Horse's Descendants Coffee Talk. Bye-bye.